great rising up today to witness and be part of this great rising here at Bangalore today. I am Maushmi Kamath. I am a tech whisperer in the industry for the last 25 years. It's great to be amongst you all. First of all, I want to thank the entire Analytics India magazine team led by Bhaskar and team for inviting me here to be a part of the rising today. I have seen the meteoric rise of this brand for the last few years, and thanks for making me a part of your journey. So when Analytics India reached out to me to be a part of this event as a speaker, it was difficult for me to choose one subject. So I decided to speak about how the emerging and cloud technologies are not just surrounding us, but encompassing our lives, whether personal, professional, or social life, in more ways than one. We are living, breathing, and consuming technology like never before. So from the moment we wake up, we check the time on the phone, to our body clocks being aligned with our health watches, we get into smart kitchens, smart homes, to get a glass of water or coffee. We start the music on our phones for our yoga or our workout, or we get out to work, we call Tech Genie to get us into the cab, or our facial recognition at the access points in our workplace. And during the work day, we are using a plethora of technologies to collaborate, connect, and communicate with our peers, with our employees, with our customers, and also keep an eye on our competitors. We are sure using a whole lot of technology like never before. And not just in our professional lives, even in our personal and our social life, technology is at the very core of our being, like a heartbeat, like an intuition. And for technology professionals like us, it is supremely gratifying at the moment as we are living the dream of mainstreaming technology in the lives of people around us. This is probably the crescenting moment, as Gurmeet Monga said, the future is audacious and the future is damn well here. I have been in the industry for quite some time, and I have never ever before enjoyed walking the talk more than I am doing now. We are witnessing an unprecedented disruption of status quo, from customers living the cloud adoption life in the slow lane to now breaking the queue and reaching out for the on-shelf and customized solutions for their enterprise. Watching the organizations take a cloud-first approach for their growth and transformation is deeply gratifying. So this is what I meant about technology encompassing us, not just surrounding us, living inside us like a heartbeat and like an intuition, not just in our personal lives, but in our professional, social existence and lives. So this is the big picture of the cloud market, or the adoption of the cloud market worldwide as well as in India. It's going to be almost 0.3 trillion by end of this year, and we are already tracking towards that. India as a cloud market is huge. It's 7 billion, expect to be 7 billion by 2025, and the India IaaS market, the infrastructure as service market, is already going to be 3 billion by 2025. So I especially wanted to do an art of possible with the digital and emerging technologies for specific industry. So for any industry, any organization or enterprise, there are these 4 key pillars of digital transformation of how well an organization is engaging with their customers, optimizing their operations, transforming their products, or empowering their employees. In the day-to-day working in an organization, there are multiple digital footprints that employees leave around engaging with their customers, or while they're on the shop floor, in the operations, etc., or at the factories, or during communication with the employees. With these digital footprints and data at the core of it, we end up creating we can create an intelligent feedback loop if we are listening or collecting the data and analyzing it and learning from it in an intelligent way. So in the process, we are creating an intelligent digital feedback loop for the organizations to take advantage of, learn from it, and stitch it right back into their products, into their customer interfaces. And for example, how well are you listening to the customer signals from the call centers, from the way your agents are talking to your customers, what are the customers sending signals, and how that can be used to transform better customer relationship, leave the customers with better experience. How we are able to collect the operational data and have more efficient operations across the supply chain of any organization. How we are tracking the product telemetry and helping that data to come up with better products and compete better in the market. And so staying a little more on this is an intelligent digital feedback loop on which a digital transformation strategy can be built upon. This is an IDC report. Is it visible? I can just quickly talk to you about this. These are the trends and the predictions from 2022 until 2027, not just for India but for global, like how organizations are poised to adopt digital technologies for specific functions with percentages. It is a publicly available survey report on during the pandemic time and post-pandemic. There was a chronic shortage of workforce, right, that was plaguing the various industries, irrespective of the segment, whether retail, manufacturing, finance. There was a chronic shortage of workers, and 75% of the supply chain organizations was to prioritize automation investments, right? This was some of the trends in 2022 that most of the organizations were looking at automating data systems and integrating back with the industry ecosystem at large. In 2023, it is predicted that 40% of G2000 companies will develop all new processes and a remote-first design. Because of the experience we have had during the COVID times, most of the organizations are building the groundwork or already investing into remote functions and digital twins and technologies like that. 50% of the supply chain forecast will be automated using artificial intelligence. 50% of the manufacturers will adopt an API-led framework or automating that, using that on the cloud. They're already talking about API that they want to integrate systems and applications across the organizations and not just have application pockets in silos across the organization or the enterprise. These are a lot of automation and AI around supply chain. That's the predictions for 2023. Data management, getting the data estate right, getting the data governance strategy and policies right. In 2024, we are seeing that how organizations will be investing and benefiting from collecting, analyzing data in a very big way, and also sharing back that data with a larger ecosystem to get all the benefits and leverage their competitive positions in the market. Again, long-term focus on supply chain and long-term supply chain profitability remains till 2025-26. And in 2025, very key focus on 60% of organizations will invest in no-code platforms and tools. So you are democratizing modernization of applications, because in India and globally across, specifically in manufacturing and some of the other industries, there is a whole lot of legacy application portfolio which is difficult to move to cloud, and hence difficult to apply the benefits of the modern and emerging technologies. So the modernization of these legacy applications and net new applications, departmental applications, using the low-code, no-code application platforms will be a trend. And they will be driven by increased demand for environmental accountability, and 40% of G2000 companies will also be investing in traceability technologies. For example, in pharma, the traceability is right up to from the pharma manufacturing lab until the consumer of that or the patient track record for 7 years. They are mandated to do that. So these were some of the trends which will go on till 2027, and this is quickly touching on 27. Vision analytics will be used across 40% of the organization. That today looks very, very departmental, experimental kind of science project at the moment, as we talk to most of the real serious enterprise. But 2027, that will be mainstream. Just wanted to use that slide to bring you onto the actual digital transformation pillars and the 5 principal themes around which digital transformation strategies are built across organizations. Basically, the 5 principal themes are, like we saw in the previous slides, how you are transforming your workforce better, how you are building more agile operations, agile factories, how you're creating more resilient supply chains, very much at the center of anybody's operations, how you're engaging well with customer and in newer ways and in more sticky ways to keep, retain, acquire, retain, and grow your existing customer base, and how you are unlocking innovation and insights from your existing operational data and stitching that back into your research and innovation to come out with better services and better offerings. This is just a continuation of the previous slide. Here it says that what are the current gaps in skills. When we are talking about transforming workforce, there is a lot of skills gap already available, already present in data analysis, cybersecurity, bridging the IT and OT gap. And OT security system and IT security system, cybersecurity is one of the key areas, and also skills gap remain in that. Building more agile factories, what are the current skill gaps is in the smart factory technology, developing new applications like we said, securing the OT networks again, and managing different formats of data. In the challenges in the creating more resilient supply chain at the moment is customers are going for SaaS-based offerings around this area, and they will be looking at going in for point solutions for supply chain management by 2025. Some of the trends. I'll not say much. This is just a slide to show what are the benefits organizations are reaping by building a very strong digital transformation strategy. They are seeing a lot of benefits in the sustainability aspects of their operation. Specifically for manufacturing, the savings in utility, in water, in energy, all of this translates into profitability and the sustainability charters that each organization has. Productivity increase, the maximum I think we are seeing the benefits of digital transformation lies in this pillar of productivity. By having the right set of engagements, they are able to realize very, very high returns on the productivity, overall productivity of an organization. Speed to market is another area where you're seeing 89% they are able to launch from idea to product using the right digital transformation tools. There are some examples like from this previous slide. We will delve into seeing which are some of the success stories on how some of the organizations were able to transform their workforce, and we'll just talk about it, some of the use cases here and success stories. Just give me a moment. ThyssenKrupp has a base of 1,60,000 employees spread across 6 continents. ThyssenKrupp is one of the most diversified industrial groups in the world. They had the challenge of new emerging technologies, and they had significant changes in the manufacturing scenario. To cement this status as an industry leader, they had to take certain steps and to realize greater customer value. So they partnered with one of the top hyperscalers and embarked on a 4-part digital transformation journey, which had employee productivity at the core of it. They worked with HoloLens for their workers to optimize the routes, etc., so the parts could be delivered to the end customer better and faster. And then in the end, they were able to act faster and deliver to the airline customers and passengers, so the flights would take off on time. This was one of the examples where mixed reality was used by this organization to improve the productivity, visibility of the supply chains to the shop floor workers, so that they are able to take and resolve the customer issue at the far end by sending out the parts to the customers faster. Some of the other examples was for Airbus, where they reduced the design validation time by 80%, again by using mixed reality and productivity tools and across the organization for giving the end customer a better experience. So a couple of ones I had productivity. So basically, we are bringing in the aspects of connected frontline worker for transforming the workforce. These are the solution pillars that take it. So how well you are having the connected and the frontline worker give a visibility of their supply chains or with mixed reality and reduce the defect rates of the product, and how well we are supporting them with learning and knowledge management, learning solutions. Companies are investing in the learning solutions, knowledge insights, usability of new device, and cognitive search. Because in every organization there is a mix of old employees and newer employees older employees who find it more difficult to adapt to the digital trends, to the new devices and the usability of that. So how well their learning curve is accelerated for them to deliver to their full potential. Health and safety, in any manufacturing scenario, health and safety takes center stage, that how they can reduce the OSHA, the SHE incidences, the health and the SHE incidences, so that they don't have any downtime in the factories. Coming to the agile, creating more agile factories, how you can bridge the IT and the OT gaps. Currently what happens is there is a lot of transformation happening at the IT level, and there's a lot of automation with SAP systems, and a whole lot of things are happening on the IT front. But when it comes to the plant side, on the OT side, there's a lot of legacy systems which are difficult to be merged and to bring the modernization technologies to the OT side, and it becomes a lopsided transformation unless you are bringing the IT and the OT worlds together. And these are some of the key transformation trends in bringing the IT OT worlds together, and that's when the actual leveraging of data across the organization really happens. So Outokumpu is one of the steel organizations. I'll just tell you more about this one. It's a really good use case. They're headquartered in one top corner of the world in Helsinki in Finland. They're a steel manufacturer, and they're a tiny nation, and they have reached far beyond its national borders. So with more than 10,500 employees and production in 6 countries and operations in about 30 countries worldwide, they had a challenge of transforming and how they can reach out to a larger customer base across geographies. So they really work with one of the hyperscaler to bring out a 4-pillared, 4-pronged transformation charter, a digital transformation strategy, which, like we showed, had the data at the core of it, and also the customer relationships, their employee empowerment, product telemetry, as well as their operations automation. And then they came out with a transformation charter, and they're able to now reach out to more than have operations across 30 countries and a lot of new geographies. So this is one of the most appreciated success story in the steel industry for digital transformation. Some of the solution pillars of building agile factories is how we are monitoring the asset productivity, asset tracking solutions, operational visibility, the operational data across the plant, and how well that is stitching back together with the SAP data, the vendor data on the IT side, and cross-leveraging of intelligence and information, and how that is helping the productions to be more seamless and more agile. These are some of the solution pillars of building agile factories. Coming to the pillar of creating more resilient supply chains, there are some examples. For example, of Caterpillar. So Caterpillar is the world's largest manufacturer of construction and mining equipment, diesel and natural gas engines. So the challenge they faced was for 5 years of downturn in the industrial manufacturing segment, their business was picking back, and yet there was a lot of increased complexity in supply chain due to the more configuration and the new world order. So to be able to use product as a service, their earth movers as a service, they had to have better planning and process and prompting Caterpillar to partner with O9 Solutions. That's one of the ISVs. So competitively priced O9 Solution, immediately they added value to the company by coming with a lot of domain knowledge. So they were able to increase the order fulfillment rates to 99% vis-a-vis what they had earlier. Also, these earth-moving machines work in very remote locations across geographies. So whenever there is a part failure, that machine goes out of order for 15 days or 20 days or 1 month, and that is loss of production, loss of revenue for an organization, any organization. So predictive maintenance and asset health tracking, these were some of the key initiatives that the organization took to bridge this gap and have more productive assets and the return on investments on the assets. So these were some of the use cases that I wanted to bring in front of you. And some of the solution pillars again revolve around how well the supply chain visibility is being created by using different orchestration technologies, reliability on time, digital twins, how well risk management and raw material delivery times are being hacked, and planning and optimization solutions also, demand planning, inventory optimization, etc. And on the other side, on the warehouse automation, a lot of organizations are looking at all of this warehouse automation a lot, and sustainability definitely at the core of all organizations. So on the pillar of engaging better with your customers, this becomes very core and key to any organization, whether it's manufacturing, FSI or retail, how well we are able to, even before the customers are asking for something, how well we are able to predict that and go back to them with an offer. That is what is hacking the customer relation segment, especially with OpenAI and ChatGPT, which is having beautiful use case scenarios for sales, marketing, and services part of the organization, where we are able to, use the language AI and preempting whatever are the chat history and able to come up with trends and suggestions in real time is really going to revolutionize further the CXPs of transformation. So that's all I have today, some of the use cases. And one very important, I think, something I left out on the building the agile supply chain was how we can use some of the existing investments in SAP. Just a moment, I'll go back. And keep it at the center and have a surround story with all the other pillars of solutions and applications in an organization. So I'll just bring you to that slide. And then we can go back. Any questions or? I don't see that slide here, sorry.